We're trying to see if we can do editing and stream. See if we're lagging out or if the laptop can handle it. Because we're streaming. And we're trying to edit. See if we can do it. That's why I've restarted the stream. I thought, well, let's try the editing with the stream being live. So I got my first bit of my clip. I am now deleting that bit. Putting that to the beginning of the timeline. Hello, Walter White. Welcome to the most famous streamer in the world. It's a YouTube channel. My name's miL. How are you, Walter? I'm happy you're here. Are you having a wonderful day? How is life for you, Walter? How is the health? How's your health, mate? Got a job, have you? Nice one. How long you been working? I didn't know you was working. I thought you were like a school. You were at school. You're an estate agent, are you? I didn't know. So you're an adult then. I can ask you how old you are then. Because it's a bit weird on here sometimes when you ask somebody how old you are. You're just curious, you know what I mean? Because you don't know. Because when I play, like my voice doesn't sound very old. Do you know what I mean? But I'm old. So if somebody swears in my ear, it don't bother me. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes you don't know. You don't want to, when you're playing with somebody, you don't want to swear in their ear. If you want to be on my stream and watch me live, that's your fault. You know what I mean? But if you're playing with me, I don't like swearing in people's ears if I haven't got to, you know? Not ridiculously swear anyway. I swear a lot anyway. We're having this conversation a month ago with Kwong. He said, I noticed you cuss a lot. I said, yeah, it's my language, you know what I mean? It's just, it's part of my language. Not because I think it's cool. All right. But what you want to be, though? You've just told me what you want to be. You want to be an estate agent, don't you? Or do you want to just be a state? You're an estate, are you? He's in a state. You have a clip. It's not an intended clip, but it might help somebody. How long is this clip now? 1 minute 50 is too long. Damn. I want to be in the police force. You want to be a copper. Oh my gosh, dude. Well, don't be a corrupt one. We got enough of them. Be a good cop. Don't be a bad cop. I want to be in the police force. Nice one, mate. Nice one. I wanted to be in the police force. I wanted to be in the Marines, the police force. I even did work experience for the police. Had to follow a. This is not being weird, but I was in a police car chasing a naked man. I was in a police car. We had to go to a graveyard to chase a naked man around the graveyard. And I was part of it. It was quite comical. And I was gutted I didn't get a chance to catch the guy. Because it would have been an epic moment in my life. Can't believe they let me chase a naked man around the graveyard. Oh dear. Ah dear. How much is this clip now? Have a look. 1 minute. Eh? Yeah, it was entertaining. I was surprised they let me do it. Because obviously it's a police call. But yeah, they told me, I went with the lady cop and the man went on his own. So we was really gutted that we didn't find him. The other man got him. Or the other squad car got him. Whatever you call it. The woman I was with, she was really gutted. Cut that off. Right. I didn't cut. Cut that one off. Delete that bit. Right, we're back to where we were now. I did it all wrong. Got to do it all over again. What a nightmare. What a nightmare, my man. How long's this video? It's 1 minute 39 minutes. No one ever has any everybody's on short-term mode at the moment, aren't they, eh? No one's got any time for anything. Swipe left, whatever it is. Swipe left. 30-second video is too long, man. Ain't got time, man. I got other ones I need to swipe left on, man. I need my dopamine. Do 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 do. You know why it was my most popular? I made it my most popular. YouTube didn't do it. I did it. Do you know how I did it? Do you know how I did it, though? Do you know how I did it? YouTube didn't do that for me. I did that. I tested YouTube out. I noticed I wasn't getting any views, so I thought, I know what I can do. I'll put it on my homepage. If I put it on my homepage, every time I play my game with miL's Tips YouTube, somebody will join because my name says YouTube. So they will be interested because I might be live. And they want to see the streamer. Do you know what I mean? That they just played with, you know? And when you join my channel, because my name is miL's Tips YouTube in-game, that video auto-plays. That video would auto-play on my YouTube channel. I only changed it the other day. Changed it to that Nessie one, I think, or something. I don't know what I changed it to now. I can't remember. But that's how I got those views. That shit. Basically, I was trying to prove that YouTube weren't giving me views. The views I were getting was from my name in game. That's what I was basically trying to prove in that video. It proved it, you know. Plus, I wanted people to see that video on my channel because it's an important part. It's one of the biggest aspects in games that every player should know. Should literally be looking for head glitches everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Everywhere. Should always play angles and head glitches in an FPS game. And height advantage. So simple. None of my randoms do it. None of them do height advantage. None of them head glitch on height advantage. And none of them take an angle. And none of them do a head glitch on an angle. And it's the best way to be a 30% better player than anybody else in a game. Straight away, just by head glitching, height advantages, and angles. Straight away, you're 30% better than any other player in the game. You know? Except for the ones that are doing it as well. Do you know what I mean? Do-do-do. You see what I'm doing to this squad here, man. I've got 3 snipers shooting at me, and all of them are missing. They hit me once. I'm doing this like a minute and 50 seconds of this, man. I'm trying to edit it to try and get the best bits out where I'm. Problem is, I'm in a kind of naughty, but I feel like I'm on the naughty step for YouTube, and I feel like I'm definitely. I don't feel like I know I am. I'm on the naughty step with EA. I know that. I'm not an idiot. But I'm on the naughty step with YouTube. So either I've got to play really well to get viewers to stay, which I can't because of my lag. You know, when the lag goes, I can play really well. You know. I can play really well sometimes, but the lag mucks up moments so many times. You know, it mucks up when they're one shot and you don't wipe the squad because you didn't kill the first one. It's off, mate. It's off at the moment. Thought I'd stream to see if I can edit and stream at the same time. So. I've downloaded TikTok on my phone. At the moment, I'm not too worried about being famous. Does that make sense? I'm not looking for fame. I was just looking for. How do you explain it? I'm a believer in if you work hard at something and you grind it and you put a lot of time in it, you should get some sort of return. Do you know what I mean? And YouTube has not given me a return. Do you know what I mean? The first year I did it, I was getting a return, but then I was pushed off the step quite quickly, just because I got a bit more. I talked about stuff I probably shouldn't have talked about on the stream, because the stream was for game, the stream was for coaching. That's what I wanted it to be about. But then stuff was going on. Do you know what I mean? And then it made me say it on my stream, and then I noticed my stream started to like freeze. You know, in the sense of like I wasn't getting the same views. I wasn't getting you know, it just didn't grow. It wasn't growing anymore. It went backwards. I was like, okay, right, I see how YouTube works. Right, because I said that, all of a sudden my stream's gone a bit quiet. Okay. But I haven't been able to get back to that part, you know? And I'm moaning about lag all the time. And there's nothing worse as a streamer. If you're moaning when you die about something, which is lag, they just think you're making excuses. So, you know, it's really hard to keep a viewer if you're moaning about lag all the time. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I downloaded it. I don't know if I've made an account yet. Do you know what I mean? I downloaded it on my phone, but I don't know if I made an account. At the moment, I need to learn how to edit, you know, and I'm trying to get into the idea of how do I make a YouTube short. I've made a couple. I now need to do subtitles. I need to know how to put pointers in, you know, arrows, things like that, so I can just point at things. Share Factory was really quite easy to use, but it is very basic. When you want to get all pretty and do pretty things, you can't really do it with Share Factory. I thought I'd get a bit. I try and improve my editing skills on the YouTube Shorts, and then I can just transition it to TikTok or whatever else there is out there. You know, I don't know what else there is out there. I keep getting ill, which takes away my motivation to do things. You know what I mean? I mean, the last 2 weeks I've been waking up at like 9 a.m. Not been sleeping absolutely amazing, but I've been sleeping enough to allow me to wake up in the day, which gives me possible. Like I'm editing now. If I woke up at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., something silly, I ain't editing. Do you know what I mean? I'm just gonna be waiting to make my tea, gonna get on the game, and then stay up late, and then it's gonna be a cycle of that. At the moment, I'm waking up early, which is what I want, you know? You can't function in this world if you're asleep, do you know what I mean? At the wrong time of the day. And I'm editing. I edited last week because I woke up early. I edited the week before because I woke up early, and I'm doing it today. You know, I woke up at 8 a.m. today. And I'm editing. I'm not exactly over editing. I'm not exactly really grinding at it, but it's there, and I'm trying to. Do you know what I mean? But this clip's a bit hard to cut up. Probably cut that out. When I was playing Modern Warfare 2, somebody said to me, when you ever want to like blow up, whatever word, I can't remember what word he said. He had like 300,000 followers, if that's the right term. It was TikTok he was on about. Whatever the term is on that, I ain't got a clue. But he said, if you ever want to, you know, when you do want to, you know, be seen, you know, in a sense, let me know, because I can't remember what he said he was going to do. He was going to put me on his platform because he had like 300,000 followers or something. I can't remember. Whatever the word is, it was 300,000 something. So I would have got views off of that. Do you know what I mean? This guy would have, like, I don't know what you called me. He would have pushed me. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. So I know I can get views if I want to. I can just do shorts and I can get views, but it's not views I'm after. I'm after getting monetized. I'm after getting rewarded for my time that I've put in. I'm not looking for fame. Oh, I've got a video that got 100,000 views. That means 100,000 people seen me. I'm so special, you know? I'm not after that. I'm after a reward. I'm after the time that I've put in to streaming and the time that I've put into videos. I feel I should get a reward for that, you know? I deserve a reward for the time I've put in. That's what I'm after. I could make one video and get 100,000 views, but it's not going to get me 10,000 subs. I don't think there's many videos out there that you'll get 10,000 subs in one go on your first video. Do you know what I mean? I think you need to grind a bit, you know, and make some good videos. That's why I'm doing the shorts, to try and make some decent shorts, you know? I can't remember, mate. I don't play it anymore, do I? Modern Warfare 2 it was when I was playing that. Because that game I wasn't lagging, so that game I was doing alright, do you know what I mean? But I couldn't find no one to play with that wanted. It's the same thing with this game. That game's easier. I can play that on my own to a certain level. This game, you need 2 real teammates. 2 real players. And there's no real players on console. I've played with 60,000 randoms now. And I would say I would only want to add probably 10 people that I've played with. 10. 10. That's it. The rest I ain't got no interest in. Do you know what I mean? Because I can see I can't play a high level with them. Or I couldn't get close to a high level with them. Do you know what I mean? So, without my lag, I could make some good gameplay clips, you know? I could get loads of 10 kill plus games, load of 3k damage games, you know what I mean? Without my lag. Easy, you know, on control. Not easy, but easier on controller. And I could get some 4Ks in and I get some 20 kills in. You know what I mean? Not that I want to do 20 kills because you've got to do basically you've got to do no teamwork. I don't want to play that way. I don't want to teach kids not to do teamwork. There's enough freaking YouTubers on this game teaching them no teamwork. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather teach kids teamwork, you know? And play fundamentals, you know, because it'll take you a long way in a game. You can't play on your own in a game when you want to play a high level. You have to play as a team. So I find it a completely waste of time trying to make videos of 20 kill badges and 4k damage badges because it doesn't make you any good, you know. Look at all the top players, the pros. Have a look at their damage in their games. How many kills they're getting in their games? They ain't getting hardly any. You know what I mean? Because you can't do that against real players, real lobbies, you know. So what's the point in teaching kids to run around like headless chickens? I think it's mad. Do you know what I mean? Because they're just going to be bad players. This game makes bad players. You know what I mean? The players, the positioning I see my teammates do on this game because of the damage badge, because of the kill badge. They're absolutely dreadful. And they're going to stay dreadful. They're actually getting worse because of this game. Let's say Apex dies, right? And then they've got to go to another game. They still ain't going to have a clue how to play it. They're going to get killed all the time because they don't know about positioning. You don't learn positioning when you're trying to get damage, and you don't learn timing when you're trying to get damage. You just send. It's just it's a bad game. It's making a lot of players really bad players. I'd rather just do tips that help people actually become a good player, not just in this game, in all games they play in the future. Everything I learned from my first game 20 years ago, I took to my second game. And everything I learned in my second game and my first game, I took to my third game. And everything I learned, and that's it. I just stack all my experience. Most of it's the same. Head glitch, height advantage, angles, crossfires, bait, communications, timing, pinging, teamwork, tactics. It's just the same fundamentals. It's just a few things you got to learn. This gaming's easy, really. Most players don't play the right way, so you can outplay 70% of the player base in every game. So you're a top 30% player straight away in every game. Any game I play, I'm immediately probably a top 30% player straight away. And if I grind it and I get good at it, I'm a top 10% player. Do you know what I mean? And when I say top 10, I class the pros as top 5%. You know, the best players in the world are in the top 5%. And then you've got the players just below it that are edging that area. That's where I always kind of felt I was. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a very ego-y person, but I knew I was a top 10% player. You know what I mean? Some people in this game think that the top 1% are like diamond and master. That's not what I mean. Trust me. I am... How do I explain it? Master level to me is... How do I explain that? Master level to me is like... When I used to play in a league and the ladders, there was 1,300 teams in the ladder. We always played around about the top 80 or the top 100, but we were playing 5 matches a night. So you're going to lose matches because you're playing 5 matches a night. The ones that was top 40, they were only playing 1 match a month, 2 matches a month. We were playing 5 matches a night. Do you know what I mean? So you can't hold your placement. Do you know what I mean? So I would class Master as top 200 teams in that ladder. If you were a Master, you're probably playing in the top 200. Do you know what I mean? And we were playing in the top 80 with 5 matches a night. And then when I had a decent squad, we could beat a top 40 team. Or we could draw with a top 40 team. Do you know what I mean? So, but I would class the top 40 teams as basically the pros and the top 40 teams times 5, 200 players. 40 teams times the top 300 Preds. So the top 40 in my book were the pros and the top 300 or 400 Preds. 300 Preds, because the Preds at 400 in this game are dreadful. They're just hiding in trees. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, because you just want your kill badge, don't you? Because the game's kind of molded you that this badge, 20 kill badge, is the most important thing. Do you know what I mean? And that's what this player base do. They're just more interested in getting that 20 kill badge than actually being a good player. You know? It's an ego thing, isn't it? You get the 20 kill badge, you put it on your account, now you feel like you're better than somebody that hasn't got one. Do you know what I mean? It's a kind of mini power trip for people. But it makes everybody bad players because they don't cover each other. So I had, what was it? Did they both have it? The other night, I had 2 players. I was playing ranked. They didn't wait for me. They pushed to near Octane's village. It is a little town next to it, the small bit. And they pushed ahead of me. They were like 15 seconds ahead of me. One of them had a 20 kill badge. One of them had a 4K. I think they both had 20 kill badges and 4Ks. Immediately, one of them died straight away because he went up the staircase on his own without his teammate, and his teammate was at the bottom of the staircase. So he went in a 1v3 against height advantage. So 3 enemies have height advantage, and he went up the staircase against 3 enemies as height advantage, right? And his teammate wasn't next to him. So his teammate couldn't help at that time. And I was 15 seconds away because he didn't wait for me. And this is a 20 kill badge player and a 4K damage badge player. They have no idea how to play. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It just means nothing. The badge means nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just randoms. Headless chickens, you know what I mean? You look at my stats now. With lag mind. And I'm not even a controller player, to be honest. I've got used to using the controller. I'd much rather have a mouse.
When you are in a party, hold the touchpad button to chat.
Look at my stats. I can get 500 damage average. Yeah, that's nearly 1,000 games, mind. The more games you play, the harder it is to keep your average on your stats. You know what I mean? So I've nearly played 1,000 games. I can get 548 damage average. If I've got no lag, that's getting close to 600 to 700 damage with no lag. Yeah, average. Yeah. So that means I'm getting 4Ks. I'm not saying I'm getting a 4K every game or every day, but surely once a week I should be edging a 4K, or every 2 to 3 weeks I should be hitting a 4K. Do you know what I mean? That's how important lag is. And if I've got a mouse, that's a 4K every week. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm now even better on my accuracy and my flick shooting and my headshots. So that's more damage. Do you know what I mean? Better tac nades, better sniping, better wingmanning, better peacekeeper on mouse. Oh my gosh, dude. That thing's naughty. Do you know what I mean? So stats don't really mean nothing. It relates to what you are. You know, I got a lot of lag, so I can't quite get the damage sometimes because I miss a lot of shots because of the lag. I didn't miss the shots. I'm definitely getting loads of free Ks, loads. I get some, but I don't try and get them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and the other side of it, these people that are sending, they're sending at the beginning of the game. Most of them are dead by round one, so they're only playing against randoms at the beginning in a messy fight, and they're dying, so they're not learning. The ones that stay alive to the end, third, you are actually playing against the better players on the server at the end, so you're learning more. You're learning what to do against better players because you're not playing against the randoms at the beginning, running around like headless chickens, not doing any teamwork because they're all trying to get damage badge or they're trying to get a 20 kill badge. They're not actually playing properly. The ones that are playing properly, the people at the end of the game. That's where you learn how to play this game. In my book, the first 10 minutes of this game are a waste of time. You're not learning nothing. So when you get to that kind of round four, I think it's round four, I still don't know. Do you know what I mean? When it's like less space, no, there's not squads all over the map anymore. They're more condensed. That is where the real players play, and that's where you get better as a player. There at the end, not the beginning. The beginning part, 90% of this player base are dead within round one. That's why 90% of the player base are shit. Do you know what I mean? Because they're dead by round one. They haven't learned how to play against real players, which are at the end of the game. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying they're the best players in the world at the end of the game, but that's why all these badges and all that make me laugh. That's why I'd like my lag to go. At least I can get the badge, and then I can coach somebody how to get the badge. You know what I mean? Because there's ways to get it. It's not just skill related. You have to know how to fly. You land down and get on the gun straight away, and then you push somebody straight away, and then you've got. I mean, I landed hot once. I remember it really hot. You know what I mean? And I had 7 kills within 1.5 minutes in one room. Do you know what I mean? That ain't hard to get a 20 kill badge if I land like that regularly. I'm bound to get that drop where I kill 7 or 8 within 3 minutes. I've only got to get 12 kills now the rest of the game. That's not that hard in my book. But I can't land hot. Do you know what I mean? Every time I land hot, they open the bin up and take the gun and shoot me with it because I got lag. I don't get the bin. Do you know what I mean? Or I land on the blanket and they come in and they just get it off of me. And I've landed a second before them and they still get it. Do you know what I mean? And then when you're beaming somebody and they're like one shot because you lagged, now he's got away. Now his teammate knows that you're here. Now he's rehealing. His teammate's fighting you. He's popped his battery now. Now he's out. Now you got 3 people shooting you, all because of my lag. The first one's not dead. I'm not in a 2v1 now. I'm still in a 3v1. And now all his teammates know where I am. Do you know what I mean? It really affects your game, lag. So I'll stick to fundamental tips. If EA remove my lag, let's just say it that way. If EA will be kind enough to remove my lag off my account, then I'll drop some 4Ks for people, and then I'll show people how to do one. Because then I can snipe. I'll probably add snipe a bit better. Because me trying to snipe with the lag is a little bit awkward because you got to hit a pixel. Do you know what I mean? Which is not easy with lag. But I could definitely get 4K with half the game playing sniper, half the game fighting. It's an easy 4K. Get yourself a Kraber, 140 damage, body shot. Hit somebody 8 times, you've already nearly got yourself 1,500 damage. How hard is that, people? Do you know what I mean? Use a sniper, 55 in it for the longbow, for a damage, for a body shot, 55. Do you know what I mean? 20 hits, that's 1,000 damage. That ain't hard with a longbow. With a mouse, that's easy. With a controller, it's a little bit awkward. You know what I mean? But it's just, I don't see the 4K as a problem without lag. I don't see it's easier on mouse, don't get me wrong. But I don't see it as a major problem on controller. I could fight half the game and snipe half the game. I'm getting a 4K. That's how I would do it. If I get rid of my lag, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show people to do it. It's easy. Do you know what I mean? Or you just do teamwork. So you play with 3 people. One of you gets knocked. He's on 1,200 damage. You're playing with randoms. He ain't resin you. He's off getting damage over there. Your game's over. You've just wasted 1,200 damage because you're playing with randoms. Play as a free stack. Your teammate's going to res you or he's going to respawn you. You get a never go at life. You get a never game, never life in the game. My randoms are dead. If I'm dead, I'm dead. It's game over. That's a never way. It's not that hard getting a 4K damage badge. Do teamwork. You know, get your teammate to keep resin you. Get your teammate to respawn you when you've got 2,000. Oh, I've got 2,000 damage, man. Respawn me, man. Respawn me, man. Respawn me. You're going to get a crack at another chance at a 4K in the same game. Do you know what I mean? It's so easy, but you know, you try and get people to do teamwork in Apex Legends. It's not easy. It's easy to get these badges, but no one wants to do any teamwork. So it's hard to get the badges for some people. Just do teamwork, and you'll get your badges. That's why I get a bit frustrated. I can't find somebody to play with. Do you know what I mean? I want somebody to play who wants to play properly. And I could teach him everything I know. And you watch us start destroying people because it'll all be tactical. It won't be random. It won't be skill based. It will be team based and it will work. Do you know what I mean? I just can't find somebody who's willing to do teamwork. Do you know what I mean? You watch me in most of my fights. I'm sitting behind my randoms because they're in bad positions. I'm using height advantage and I'm covering them. You know what I mean? I'm babysitting them. I'll never get a random do that for me. Do you know what I mean? Ever. Don't know. I'm nearly in Diamond 1. I don't really want to play ranked, but I think it's World's Edge later, isn't it? Oh, it's Kings Canyon. I might play rank later. As long as I get into Diamond 1, I'm happy with that, you know? That's close enough. That blatantly says I can get Master. I don't want to sit on here every night of the week playing with the randoms I get. It's too hell. It's bad enough having the lag, and then you got the randoms on top. It's an unenjoyable experience. I'm enjoying this a little bit. So even with my lag, I get 3 lives because my teammates are always dead. This actually gives me a chance to have some fun. It's almost like you've got invisible teammates because you're getting 3 lives. They're rezzing you, but you're not. Do you know what I mean? I can have a bit of fun on that one. So I kind of enjoy playing that. But if it's the map, what is it, Storm Point? Say that was Storm Point, I'd probably play ranked. If Storm Point was on ranked and that was in free strikes as well, I'd go and play ranked. Just well, if I'm playing a horrible map, I might as well play it in ranked. You know what I mean? The way I look at it. I'm hoping they're bringing arenas back in and I can play that. That's a fighting mode, so I can fight. I'll get 4Ks in that. I've got loads of 4Ks in that. I threw away 2 5Ks in arenas because I wanted to win instead. I threw away a 5K. I thought I don't give a shit about the damage, see that? I had a 5K in my hand. I could have took this 5K. You know what I mean? And I was like, I'm gonna lose game. Not doing it. So I ended up getting 4,700 damage or something. Could have got it. Could have got it. I thought, no, I'll have to win instead. It's only a 5K. It's not a lot, but when you got lag, do you know what I mean? It's quite hard to get that sort of damage because you've got to be able to track the player. Do you know what I mean? To keep the bullets on it. And obviously, I can't track because my gun don't move. The game freezes. Uh, Hopefully, arenas is back next season. Then I can play some arenas and people can see me. You know, oh my gosh, you can fight again. Get some wall jumps on the go in that. See, look, I do the odd wall jump, but I don't need to. So I just play angles, crouch slide jumps, and the odd wall jump when I got to. I don't look to do them, but in arenas you have got to do a few wall jumps because you're constantly under attack. I got to cut that out. That's boring. That bit. I got 7 days to get into Diamond 1. Should be able to get into there. I should definitely get in Diamond 1 in 7 days. I'll probably play it tonight. Depends how tired I am, though, because I've woken up too early. But I might not, because I might not want to go back. I don't want to end up in a bad mood. Last night, I had to do less teamwork. That's the only time I've ranked up in the last 7 days of playing Diamond 2. Is I literally had to say, look, I'm not going to do any crazy shit that my randoms want to do, because all they do is end up dying. I've ended up got to try and craft their banner, and I end up dying twice a night trying to craft their banner. Do you know what I mean? So last night, I kind of played a little bit of distance on them. And if it looked like they were doing something stupid, I just ran away. You know what I mean? And hence, I gained whatever I gained last night, 500 points on my own. My randoms didn't gain me any LP. There was one game that I died keeping one of them alive, and they happened to stay alive till top 4. If I didn't do what I did, he wouldn't have been able to spawn his teammate, basically. And that's the only game my teammates actually gave me LP. But I died. He was trying to res somebody, and I could have not shot these two and kept my ass alive. And I shot at him, so he only had to deal with a 1v1. Do you know what I mean? And I think he killed him. So that allowed him to spawn his teammate, got his teammate back in. So they're playing as a duo. These were actually friends. Do you know what I mean? And then I died, but at least they stayed alive and got me about, I don't know, 60 LP, 80 LP. The rest of it was my own. The other 420 LP was what I got, because my teammates are always dead. They're just always dead. And you're playing on your own at the end ring, or you've got to keep doing crazy fights with them and outskill the enemy all the time. And you can't do that with lag. You know what I mean? You can't do that every fight. Things go wrong as well. You know? So, to be honest, I had to reduce my teamwork last night, because I don't rank up because of the randoms they give me. Spending too much time covering the enemy that are shooting at them because they're in bad positions all the time. It's ridiculous. So, did I rat last night? I think 2 games I ratted it behind something because I was in hell mode. You know what I mean? Randoms are terrible, man. They give me the terrible. I don't want to say it, you know what I mean, but it's true. It's been 3 years now, and I can't remember the last time I've had a player that I've said is really good. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I like to do teamwork, but when they keep setting you up with people that don't know how to play the game at all, and you're constantly trying to do teamwork, it's just ruining my game, because their positioning is dreadful. So it puts me out of position. Now, I don't know. I only play it because I don't want to learn it. I'm too old. I don't want to learn new games all the time. You know what I mean? I like to learn a game, play it to a high level, and keep playing it until the game dies. That's what I like to do. I'm not a gamer, you know? No offense to your old name. I'm not a gamer, you know? I don't play games. I play a game, and I try to play, if I can, I try and play it to the best of my ability, which means top 10%. Do you know what I mean? I could probably have creeped top 5% now and again. I played the edge of pro. I played against a lot of pros, and I played with pros. Do you know what I mean? I'm more confident as a player now than I used to be. I wasn't as confident back then. So if I was, let's pretend I went back 10 years and I played, I would probably play a pro level now. You know what I mean? 10, 20, 12 years ago, something like that. 12, I'm not sure. 12, 13, 15, say 15 years ago. If I had the confidence I've got now, I would be a pro. I'm not saying I'd be the best pro, but I would make it into a pro game of some description. Now I've had too many issues in my life to really concentrate properly on a game. Um, Obviously that's not controller related, okay? That is mouse and keyboard. This is a controller. I'm not trying to say I can do pro on this thing. You know what I mean? Or I could get near pro on this thing. I'm on about M and K because I'm an M and K player, and I'm struggling on this horrible thing called a controller. The only decent thing about a controller is a left stick and aim assist. That is it. The rest of it is crap. We've got the initial shot, got the miss. But there, I got to cut that out. Well, at the moment, I'm able to stream. That game's on. So I'm streaming the game a little bit. And I'm editing on Premiere Pro. Cut that out. Oh, come on. My editing skills are not the best. Basically, a good win puts me in Diamond 1, but my randoms are always dead. I had to rat last night underneath a rat. I was lucky he was up there because I could use him as bait. They were shooting at him and not concentrating on me. No, I had to rat underneath a free stack in the end ring of one of the games as well.
Press X button to access the lobby.
Um,
When you are in a party, hold the touchpad button to chat.
114 52 revives away from 8,500. Then I only need 1,500 to get that 10k. I'm a bit gutted because the free strikes is making it a bit easy to revive. I've got about 300 plus revives now off of bloody free strikes, which is ruined because all my other revives were genuine. You know, no lifeline. And then I'll start using lifeline a bit. Maybe Newcastle. Depends what that new legend's like. Oh, I've got to invest in new underwear. I'm actually gonna make sure I spend a bit of money on my next lot of underwear. I'm so uncomfortable in these. Not super young. It is slightly young.
Press X button to access the lobby. When you are in a party, hold the touchpad button to chat.
I hit him, didn't I? Miss.
Press X.